and produce lots of good things, just like apple trees do. See, apple trees grow up and they produce good fruit. And you're going to grow up and you're going to do good things, and that's going to be your fruit. At least that's what it says in the good book. And if you don't understand that, I reckon you can talk to your moms and your dads about it, because I think they'd probably understand it better. But you know, there is something that an apple tree produces, that there's going to be a lady come in here who she really likes. Any of you ever smell those apple blossoms in the springtime? Yeah. Don't they smell good? Well, now, Annie, you come in here and tell us about the apple blossoms.
Hi, folks. Phoebe's my name. You ever hear of me, Phoebe? Phoebe Ann Moses. You read a book about me. That's interesting. Phoebe Ann Moses. Hi there. How you doing? How are you? I won't bite. I might pinch a little bit, but I won't bite. Did you hear to me? Phoebe Ann Moses. Yeah, I can tell you hear to me. Boy, it sure is good to be back in Ohio. I love Ohio. You like Ohio? Hi there. How are you? How many of you from Ohio? 5. All of you. Well, that man's not quite sure. He didn't raise his hand. He's either not from around here or he's not quite sure from where he's from. Well, I'm from Ohio. Phoebe Ann Moses is my name. I was born in 1860. That's a long time ago, isn't it? Yeah, long time ago. And I just heard this man say that he likes apples.
Sure do.
What did he say his name was? Johnny Appleseed. Oh, Johnny Appleseed. Well, you know, I'm real thankful for Johnny Appleseed, because I love apples. And I love apple trees. Because that's where you get apples from, isn't it? Yeah. And I planted lots of apples on my land. And every time I could, I'd come home from all my travels, and I'd just sit in the orchard and I'd smell those apple blossoms. Oh, my, did they smell good. And then, what happens in the fall off the apple trees? You get apples, don't you? And then you eat them all the next year. Well, I couldn't come back to Ohio very often, though, because I was traveling all around. But when I was a youngin' in Ohio, my pa died. I was only 8 years old. How many of you 8 years old? Yeah, a bunch of you are 8 years old. I think you're a little bit older than me. But when I was 8 years old, my pa died, and that was real sad, because I loved my pa, and he loved me. Loved all the rest of us, too. And my mom, she was hurting because she couldn't feed all of us. So she sent me away. She didn't want to, but she sent me away. And I lived with another family. I was called a bound girl, because I had to be bound to do whatever they told me to do. You know what? It was just like being a slave. I hated it. They told me to do something and I'd have to do it. But then they'd give me food and they'd give me bed to sleep in, so that was all right. But I sure didn't like that. So after 2 years, I'd run away. Know where I run to? Right back home to Ohio. That's right. Right back home to my mama. And by then, 2 of my sisters were married. They were out of the house. There were still some others there. But she loved having me home again. So I was right back there in that house that I loved, with those apple trees. And one day, I got to itching. You ever get itching to do something? You wanted to do something so bad, you just thought you were going to bust if you didn't do it. Well, I felt like that one day. But you know what hung over the fireplace in our home? You got it, a gun. And that big gun, that gun was bigger than I was, because I was just 10 then. That gun stood up there on that rack over the fireplace, and my pa put it there just a couple days before he died. And he said, don't nobody touch that gun. Nobody had. But boy, I was itching to touch that gun, because I saw my pa take that gun and clean it and load it and go out and shoot us a rabbit to eat. We were hungry. We didn't have hardly any food at all. And I thought, if I could get that gun down, and I could take it out in the woods, and I could load it, and I could shoot me a rabbit, we could eat again. So one day, nobody was home. That's the best time to get itching to do something, isn't it? And nobody's in the house. So one day, nobody was home. I went over and I got the bench, and I pulled it in front of the fireplace, and I got up on it, and I got up and reached for that gun, and I started pulling down, almost fell down with it, because it was heavy. I didn't think it'd be that heavy, but it was heavy. But I got it down, and I got the gunpowders, and I got the shot, and I run out the woods so nobody could find me. I wasn't supposed to do what I was doing, was I? But I went out in the woods, and I loved it out in the woods, because I went out there with my pa when he was still alive. Everybody else was scared because they thought Indian was out there. But I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared of nothing. I went out there and I loaded up that shotgun, and I watched. I watched. Pretty soon, you know what come along? A rabbit. A rabbit, you're right. And that rabbit looked around, he didn't think anything was there. Then all of a sudden, I picked up that gun and I shot it. And that rabbit fell right there, dead. And I was so happy. I ran over and picked up that rabbit. We were going to eat. Isn't that exciting? I mean, goodness, we hadn't eaten in a long time. We were going to eat that night. But then I thought, well, if we got one rabbit, maybe I could get another rabbit. So I waited again. I watched, and pretty soon, two little ears jumped up and started hopping along. And then they sat, and they looked around, and then they started hopping a little bit further, and I picked up that gun, and I shot it. And that rabbit fell down dead. And I went up and I picked him up by the ears. And I put him in my satchel, and I took him back home, and I went in and said, Mom, look! 2 rabbits! We're going to eat tonight! And she didn't even scold me for taking that gun, because she was so excited. She was hungry, too. And after that, I'd go every day and take that gun, and I'd load it, and I kept it clean. And pretty soon, we had so much food, we started selling it. I was having a business. I sold meat, and I sold the hides. And pretty soon, when I was 15, I got a chance to go to Cincinnati. You ever hear of Cincinnati? Yeah. Ever been to Cincinnati? Whoa! Look at that. Look at how many people in Cincinnati. I've never been to Cincinnati. That was a far away place as far as I was concerned. But I got to go to Cincinnati. Do you know down there was a hotel that was serving the food that I shot? And I got to meet the manager of that hotel. Do you know what he liked to do? He liked to shoot too. So he took me to this what's called an exhibition. Did you ever hear of an exhibition? Yeah. What's an exhibition? Yeah, shooting match. That's an exhibition. And they had it on Thanksgiving Day. You know what the prize money was for this? Not quite. No. How much? No! We ain't never heard of money that big. My goodness, it was $50. And that was a lot of money. Man, I've never seen $50 all one time. But that was the prize money that day. And we went to that exhibition, and there was a man there called Frank Butler. my little gingham dress, and I had a little bonnet on my head. My pigtails were hanging down my back. And I was scared because I'd never been to big city, let alone shooting somebody not fine looking. I'd just been in the woods shooting animals. And he smiled at me. That made me feel good. In fact, it sent tingles all the way down my toes. But he got up and he shot that first pigeon. Then he looked at me and he nodded his head. So I picked up my gun and I shot and I hit the pigeon. Then Frank picked up his gun. What'd he do? He shot the pigeon. Then what'd I do? I shot the pigeon. Then what'd Frank do? He shot the pigeon. Then I do. Shot the pigeon. Then what happened with Frank? He missed. And everybody couldn't believe it. The famous Frank Butler missed. Then it was my turn. And I stood up there, and I held up my Paul's gun, and I nodded my head, and they threw out that clay pigeon, and I shot. I hit it. And everybody cheered. Oh, everybody cheered because I won. I got that $50. I've never seen that much money in all my life. And that night I went to see Frank Butler in his show. And after that, Frank Butler asked me to be his wife. Is that something or else? Golly, here I am from this little town, and this famous man Frank Butler wouldn't marry me. That's exactly what happened. We got married. You know what we did? I'm sorry, ask me that again. Yeah, I sure did take my Paul's gun. I took it everywhere.
Guys, just sit up.
And one night in the show, Frank's partner was sick. So I stepped in. First time I'd ever done anything like that in a big show. But it went great. After that, we were Butler and Butler. He got rid of his other partner. And we traveled all over the place. We saw all kinds of cities like St. Louis, Washington, even all the way to New York. Then Frank, he decided that Butler and Butler wasn't very good names. So we got thinking on our heads together. And all of a sudden, he decided that Oakley sounded good. You know the name Oakley? Did you ever hear the name Oakley? Well, that's what I become. Annie Oakley. I wasn't Miss Phoebe Ann Moses anymore. I was Miss Annie Oakley. And we went all over the world. We got to meet the Queen of England and the Kaiser of Germany and Wild Bill Buffalo Bill Cody. I worked with him for years. In fact, he called me Missy. He didn't like the name Annie. He called me Missy. Just like I called Frank Jimmy. He didn't look like Frank to me. He looked like a Jimmy. So ever after that, he was Jimmy and I was Missy. But we traveled all over the world, shooting those things, riding horseback, seeing all these people, doing all kinds of things. Nobody knew who Phoebe Ann Moses was, but everybody knew who Annie Oakley was. We loved her. But every chance I get, I come back to Ohio. Because Ohio's the greatest place on earth. Just like Johnny Appleseed told me about planting those apples through there, I come back to smell those apple blossoms and to sit amongst those trees and think. You like to think? Yeah. You like to sing? Yeah. I think we could sing a little bit.
Well, I think we could teach you a few songs if you'll help us out a little bit. Annie, you can
This man was in the chorus. He's gonna sing.
Well, now we're gonna teach you a song about what they used to sing when I was out there, long before Annie was born. See, she wasn't born until later. I was born. Anybody know what year I was born in? 1774. That's right. It makes me kind of old. Now, do you suppose they know that they can catch song about a fox, and there's a part in here for you. You can help us out on the chorus, but you gotta be real quick, because it goes like this. Let's see, which one you got there? Come on, you Portsmouth fellows. That's good. It goes like this. Come on, you Portsmouth fellers, let's go and hunt the fox. Let's go and hunt surrendered among the trees and rocks. Now this is your part. With a hoop, 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 and a holler, we'll join the merry strain. Come a ring, tang, tang, come tang, raise royal, bow, wow, wow, six guy and a hidey heavy through the woods. The boys all ran. Now you got that?
They got it. Let's do it.
Well, I thought you were all so smart. But now it's real simple. It's real simple. Say with a hoop, 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 and a holler. With a hoop, 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 and a holler. Ready? With a hoop, 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 and a holler. We'll join the merry strain.
We'll join the merry strain.
Come a rang, tang, tang.
Come a rang, tang, tang.
Come a tippy, tippy, tang.
Come a tippy, tippy, tang.
Now here's the part you can really shine on. Raise the royal bow, wow, wow. Let me hear you go bow, wow, wow. That's pretty good. All right, now, because some of those other words are real hard. If you can catch on to the chorus, that's fine. But when I get to the part about raise the royal, you gotta be real quick and come in on that. Now let me tell you about the fox that we're gonna hunt. We're gonna hunt surrendered. Now, surrendered is a fox, but surrendered is not your normal kind of fox. Surrendered is real smart. Now, surrendered does all sorts of very strange things. So you have to listen real careful. Okay, ready? Come all you Portsmouth fellers, let's go and hunt the fox. Let's go and hunt surrendered among the hills and rocks. With a hoop, 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 and a holler, we'll join the merry strain. Come a rang, tang, tang, come a tippy, tippy, tang. Raise the royal. No, that's not how dogs go when they're hunting a fox. When a dog is hunting, he doesn't go, bow, wow, wow. Like it's real interesting, like, bow, wow, wow. Bow, wow, wow, wow. How does a fox sound, or how does a dog sound when he's really on the trail of something? Much better. All right, let's try that again. With a hoop, 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 and a holler, we'll join the merry strain. Come a rang, tang, tang, come a tippy, tippy, tang. Raise the royal. And the mighty came through the woods, the boys all ran. Now listen to this. Well, first we met a farmer plowing out his ground. He said he saw Sir Runner just running round and round. With a hoop, 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 and a holler, we'll join the merry strain. Come a rang, tang, tang, come a tippy, tippy, tang. Raise the royal. And the mighty came through the woods, the boys all ran. Well, next we met an old lady coming up the locks. She said she saw Sir Runner among the rocks. With a hoop, 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 and a holler, we'll join the merry strain. Come a rang, tang, tang, come a tippy, tippy, tang. Raise the royal. And the mighty came through the woods, the boys all ran. Well, next we met a shepherd attending to his sheep. He said he saw Surrender, and he was sound asleep. With a hoop, 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 and a holler, we'll join the merry strain. Come a rang, tang, tang, come a tippy, tippy, tang. Raise the royal. Coming home from school, he said he saw Surrender swimming in a pool. With a hoop, 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 and a holler, we'll join the merry strain. Come a rang, tang, tang, come a tippy, tang. Raise the royal. I came through the woods, the boys all ran. Now the last verse, listen carefully. Next we met a blind man, as blind as he could be. He said he saw Surrender go in a holler tree. Now, does that make sense? No. Oh, well. With a hoop, 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 and a holler, we'll join the merry strain. Come around, tang, tang, come to me, tang, raise the royal. But wherever I went, foxes would get into the chicken houses, and they would steal the chickens, and the roosters, and the ducks, and the geese. They had a terrible time. And this is a story about a fox who did that sort of thing. And you listen very carefully, and you can join us on the chorus. You just repeat what we say, okay? All right. Well, the fox went out on a chilly night, prayed for the moon to give him light. Toward many miles to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh, he many miles to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, that's it. You just repeat what we say. Well, he ran till he came to a great big pen where the ducks and the geese were kept therein. One of you's gonna grease my chin before I leave this town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh, one of you will grease my chin before I leave this town. Oh. Well, he grabbed the gray goose by the neck, threw a duck across his back. He didn't mind, and whack, 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 and the legs all dangling down. Oh, down, oh, down, oh, he didn't mind, and whack, 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 and the legs all dangling down. Oh. Well, he didn't get away with it, cause old Mother Flipper jumped out of bed, out of the window she threw her head, crying, John, John, the gray goose is gone and the fox is on the town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh, John, John, the gray goose is gone and the fox is on the town. Oh. Now John, he was a smart fellow. John, he ran to the top of the hill. He blew his horn both loud and shrill, saying, Fox, I better flee with the kill, or they soon be on my trail. Oh, trail, oh, trail, oh. Fox, he said, better flee with the kill, or they'll soon be on my trail. Oh. Well, now that fox, you know, he was smart like Sir Redder, and he managed to get away. Well, he ran till he came to his cozy den, where the little ones, 8, 9, 10, they said, Daddy, you better go back again, cause it must be a mighty fine town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh, Daddy, you better go back again, cause it must be a mighty fine town. Oh. Well, and here's the last verse, and you know what happened to the goose? Well, no, this is what happened to the goose. Well, the fox and his wife, without any strife, cut up the goose with a carving knife. They never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Oh, bones, oh, bones, oh. They never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Oh. Give yourself a hand. Now, this one requires you to think real hard. Okay? Now let me see. I need 4 volunteers. 1, 2, yep, 3, 4. I need you to get up on the stage. Yep. That's fine, we don't care. Let me see. Well then I reckon since they're 5, I ought to get 3 more and have 8. 1, let me see, I need some girls up here. Let me see. 3, come right on up here. All right, now I need you to make 2 circles. 2 circles. 2 circles of 4. We're going to show you what we did for fun out on the frontier. All right, you guys will move down here. All right? Are you good dancers? Well, you're going to be. All righty? Yep. Okay, you all got to join hands now in a circle. Join hands in a circle. That's good. All right, now, I don't suppose any of you know a song about a girl named Lou. Lou? Oh, Andy, they don't know this song. Could you sing just a little bit of it for them?
You don't know something that goes, Lou, Lou, skip over Lou.
Yeah.
Smarter than you think.
There you are. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to sing that, and you guys go this way.
Stuff is easy. Yeah.
All right? That's
That's
kind
not
of.
real smart staying on your head in a pond.
All right, you ready? And she died in the
She died in the middle one. She died in the middle one. Standing on her head.
I don't know. I don't know, Annie. I think maybe
That's
this
a
group
hard
over here
verse.
is good. Well, now let's all sing it one more time. Just that. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Ready?
Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Your great sister.
Well, you know what? Now you've learned a little bit about us today, and we know a little bit about you. But you know, I heard this lady say when we came in that your theme was folk tales and legends. Is that right? Well, no. Someday, somebody may tell a story about you. And you may be bigger than life. They may say you went through life with a pot on your head, or that you were a sharpshooter. You know, because Annie here, now see, you're used to seeing us dressed in funny clothes with a coffee sack and so forth, but you see, we were just real folks like you, and Annie here, she grew up to be a real fine lady, dressed just like this. She didn't always walk around in that funny-looking costume, and I didn't always walk around in a coffee sack with a pot on my head. I was just like you. So remember what I said about the apple trees growing up and becoming big and strong and bearing fruit? Well, you know what? You're an orchard right here in your community, and you can grow up and bear fruit